Hello and welcome back to Factorio 0.15 and Bob and Angels. Or should I say Combinator Hell, because that's basically what it was last episode at least. So. Now we need to find some sapphirite ore. Sapphirite ore is apparently pretty... We have some in here. And we can just clear some of this forest. We should be good to go. I just briefly looked over the evolution factor now. We're up to 43%, and I'm not very impressed with the base that we have so far. This is definitely a lot slower and harder than I thought. Let's do some research. How's our power? Right now it's doing pretty fine. So I'm not completely sure exactly how much we should mine from this location. Don't think more than 10 miners. Actually, let's take a small blueprint of this. Actually, let's take a small blueprint of everything from up here to, say, down here. We can remove this. I mean, that should work, right? Unfortunately, we lack some filter inserters here. Then we place this stop here. And then we place a train signal. We place that right there, I think. Yes. And a light. Combinator. Is there anything else that we needed? No, we didn't need the combinator here. We needed the arithmetic combinator. That's going to be kind of hidden here. But I think that's okay. Multiply by -1. Now this is going to be a slight waste. Putting warehouses here. Slight waste. Let's put the input here. We're gonna have to do one of those god-awful balancing things again. So we get the ore out. We should read the contents of this just normally, right? We just read everything and then we put it into the lamp. read the content of everything. And then we don't do that because we do this instead. And then we go. Do we go here? How did we do that over here? We had one there, and then we go up here. There's one gap. Shouldn't be a problem. And then into the lamp. And the arithmetic combinator had its input from the train stop and the output connected to input train stop. Then output to these all. Actually, why did... That's a problem. Make some more red wire. This was pre-selected as being green, wasn't it? Let's put some lights here. It's really dark. Can we put an electric pole here? Good. So output from that goes directly into all these inserters. Good. Now I remembered why we can't do this. And it's very, very annoying. It's very, 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 very annoying. Something like that. Let's blueprint this. So the only thing that we kind of need to do here is connect red wire here and enable condition when sapphirite ore is less than 0. Then we do green. Then we do red. And then we get the output from here to lamp. Is that everything? Train goes in, that goes out. We have lamp that goes there. This should be everything. Let's go turn some mining on and see what happens. Why does this not work? This needs mining fluid, but this also needs mining fluid. That one doesn't want to mine. Whatever. Okay, let's see. Does the balancing work? Apparently not very well when we have two. But it works. And then we output the total. And we just have to wait for this to... Right, we also need this set filter. There we go. So this should work perfectly fine. We just need to wait for this to go up to 1,000. We could probably connect this. No. Then we missed the last one. Okay, yeah. Totally fine, totally fine. It's not very pretty with all these wires running across, but it's the downside of wanting this to work perfectly fine. Now this pollution here is going to start spreading. And now they're back to being really, really annoying. Oh, these infinite ores. Right? I mean, they should default to not mining anything. Very, very stupid. I'm tempted to go for some mining productivity, but at the same time, I don't know. Let's get some better mining drills. We're gonna have to revise our mining setup here. It's gonna look freaking ugly. Let's get some of these very cheap things going. Okay. So first thing that I noticed is that I forgot to rename this, so we'll do that soon. But it is now creating a delivery, which is very, very fine. Now, because of this, because I didn't build a turnaround up here, it's gonna go all the way around. That's a bit stupid, but on the other hand, it's not really an issue. How much fuel is it gonna spend? 500. So it spent 3 coal going here. Loading 1,000 is quite quick. We need to, I forgot to read train contents, which is important, apparently. And then we should turn around here and go up here to sapphirite sorting and unload. Meanwhile, this needs to be outpost sapphirite 1. So now we have loaded stuff, and it's crushing, sorting stuff. Sorting a bunch of stuff. And everything here seems to work perfectly fine. Which means that now we are going to get stuff coming through here. I did some testing in these warehouses before. So what we need to do is we need another one like this. Good. And now we're going to have 4 things here, right? So this is going to be a small difference here. Which means that we need to balance 4 things. Not 100% sure that this is going to make it harder, because we already have the comparison going, right? But we need this red signal needs to go here, I think. This one needs to be iron, copper, slag, and crushed stone. Right? So if I put small amount of these in, this should be copper. This should be slag, and this should be boom, crushed stone. So I mean, this seems to be balancing pretty well. Now the thing is, we don't want this warehouse or any of these warehouses to fill up, because that's gonna make that's gonna mean that we can't or say we fill this up with copper, right? Then loading of all the other three things will stop immediately. Then we can't do that anymore. And that's gonna jam the system. So what we really need to do is make sure that this belt, this is going to be iron. This should only run when iron. Say we want, let's start with 2,000 in each of these warehouses. So that means that iron needs to be less than 500 when we run this belt. This one is going to be copper. This one is going to be slag, and this is going to be crushed stone. Now we should be able to let these run. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. So we also need to do this. Then we need to do this. Copy all the filters. So this should balance it out. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna have enough iron just yet. But we almost have 1,000 iron right now. So we're gonna have to let this run for a little while before we can do anything about that. So the next thing that we need to do is copper and iron smelting, which will be over here. That's going to be the next main ingredient in our logistics train network, because we're going to need to handle and do something with these resources that we have. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to put in here. Let's go up here and see how the system is doing. Actually, we also need to do this. This is only enabled when sapphirite is less than 5,000. because I don't want to fill these up with sapphirite ore right now. I think I'm way too concerned that the system will jam, but I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. Now we can definitely mirror this setup over here with the exact same warehouse. We just take these two outputs and we can totally do that. Do the same thing here, and we can extend them a little bit, maybe 2 more. Unfortunately, these inserters are not really, they're not fast enough right now. We could increase the speed a little bit, but yeah. But this is gonna work totally fine. We're starting to fill this up. We have 1,000 iron. Where exactly did I park the car? I think the car is up here. So we need to go to iron smelting. And see what we can do there. Whoops. I should bring a couple of furnaces with me. And I should also... whoops. I ran out of coal again. How much does this have left? 11,000, okay. So this is what little sapphirite we have left here in the main base. There we go. So furnaces. I'm pretty sure that I made a bunch of furnaces somewhere. Pretty much here. So let's grab 100 furnaces. We should make both steel and iron plates in the same thing for now. Can I stop crashing into things, please? I don't think saying please helps, but who knows? Maybe I will learn to drive at some point. And I forgot the warehouses. That sucks. Why are we even doing that? Okay, well. So we need to make some warehouses and we need stone brick for that. We need stone brick for that. Do we have any in the car? Doesn't look like it. Stone brick is probably around here. Let's make 4 warehouses because that's exactly how much we're gonna need. And then we go. So I think the iron smelting, we place that over here, far right side. Here. Pretty sure this is iron plates in. I'm gonna leave that name for now. There we go. This should totally be the right thing that we need. Apparently we need more medium electric poles too. Okay. Very good. Now we have a base station here that we can deal with. Let's make some more lights. I need more blue circuits. Let's do a couple more of that. Apparently we're out of steel too. We can do some more some more research while we get the blue circuits that are totally somewhere over here. It's got washing, basic circuit boards. So we have pretty much everything that we need now. Yeah, we're gonna have to start on these acids soon. And where were we? Whoops. They shouldn't make that ahead of me. Turrets 2. There should also be something that we could definitely use. Good. So now we have a small base over here. Can get some more inserters. Let's go over here. So the output signal is not enough yet. Eventually it's gonna start filling these up. That's gonna be our buffer. This will still mean that this system can jam, because eventually copper will just, or in this case it's likely that it's going to be copper, because that's going to be the thing that we use the least. And it will jam up here and eventually fill this warehouse. Eventually. That's gonna take a lot of time though. So iron plates in. What I want to request here is coal and iron ore. Where do we have iron ore? Here. And we're going to have to take something out. Let's take iron ore and coal out. I think we're going to build some furnace setups like this. That's 10. That's another 10. We can get the output this way instead. That's totally fine. But then we get this here. Fortunately, that's going to be in the way. Then we do this. We get the belt here. We get the belt here. Actually, we swap these. Then we go down. Something like this. It's not going to be super pretty, but it's going to work. Can we place that? Thank you. So it's going to be very... Let's have these lines. I think 16 is a better number because that's going to be even with the inserters. We're going to have to make a ton of inserters. Fast inserters for this is way overkill, but can't bother making normal ones. So iron should now have stopped, and it's perfectly split, or pretty much perfectly split on 500. Which means that we can start requesting iron now. See if we can fill this up. That's a small iron setup. There can be many more like it without a problem, really. Then we need more warehouses, unfortunately. Oh wow, this episode has been very, very, very long too. So let's end the episode here. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.